Welcome to CFS Live, and in this video I'd like to demonstrate using the fund accounts. This is the newest addition to CFS Live. Once logged in, if you have permission, the fund accounts button will be enabled, and click it. Now this is set up already with information. When you open this up for the first time, there will be no accounts on the right-hand side, nor any information in the register on the left-hand side. A basic overview is in this main bar here. You have the name of the account, and then you have the reporting feature, which provides for a quick account summary. You have the button for reconciling the account, and then you have a button for the category list. The accounts you are unlimited as far as the number are concerned, and you can name them anything that you want. You have three buttons here: to add an account, to edit the account, and then also to delete. Obviously, deleting information is risky, so make sure you know what you're doing if you're going to delete information, because it is permanently deleted. In this case, we have two accounts: general checking, general savings, and you see the account balances. If I click on the account, it becomes active. Now general savings is active, and we have the register showing the details of that account. Now, the features are such on the register that for each entry into it, you have the ability to edit and to delete that entry. When there are more than one category, it's typically called a split, you'll also be able to edit from the split button. If you need to add a new entry, you have a new entry button. If you want to transfer between accounts, you have the new transfer button. So we're going to cover, with accounts, we're going to set up a new account. So we will click Add. You have three account types: other, checking, and savings. In this case, we'll just call it other. Maybe it'd be some sort of petty cash, and name it as such. And let's say we have a beginning balance of $300, and enter the amount, hit return, and that's all it takes to start an account. Now, if we want to add an entry into the account, we simply click New Entry. It'll be populated with today's date, but I can select any date I need. And the number will auto-increment. If I start this at 1,000, let's say it's a check, the next number will be 1,001, or in this case, 1 is sufficient. You can also put alphanumeric characters in there, so I could say that it was a transfer or whatever I need to do. We can tab over into the payee, and everybody's favorite. We'll go to Walmart, and you have the type. In most cases, and it defaults to payment, that's what we're doing. We're making a payment, but you can payment or deposit. If you use the left and right arrow keys, once you have one selected, you can toggle back and forth. But this is the payment. And then here, we're going to add a category. Now, a category is what's used by the database to store the amount for that category type. So if I'm, let's say in this case, let's say we went and bought some office supplies. Let's see if we have one here. Office supplies. And we spent $12.48. Okay. Now, when we do the reports, this amount will be added to the office supplies. Once you hit OK, it just adds a line showing that office supplies and the amount. You can, like I said, you can add multiple categories. So let's say you, along with that, you got some cleaning supplies. Okay, and now we have both items in here and then a total at the bottom. You can put a memo in if you need it and hit OK. So there we have it. Our entries in there, and it's sorted by date. So I picked before we actually opened up the account. That's fine. If I want to edit that, I could change that to today's date and hit OK. And it's sorted with the deposits first, then and then any payments that are made. Now, let's say I want to transfer some money from the savings account to petty cash. So you want to have the savings account, the account where you're taking the cash from, and have that one selected. Then we're going to click New Transfer. And let's say we just do that today. And by default, if we fill in this information here, you can name it anything you want. But now I have the two other accounts that are existing, general checking and petty cash. I'm going to select petty cash, and I want to transfer $200. Hit OK. And now I have subtracted from the savings the $200, and if we go to petty cash, now we have a deposit of $200 for petty cash. I can edit that amount from any one of these accounts. So from petty cash or from general savings, I can edit that amount or make any changes that I need. If I delete it, it will delete it from both accounts. So we covered new entries. We covered new transfers. We can keep this fairly simple. We'll look at the category list here. And basically, if you're familiar with something like Quicken, it's used the same way. You have categories that you will have that are typically an income type category or an expense type category. And you can do credits to an income, so it's like a deposit to an income. But when you come to reporting, when I look at these categories in the report, and we'll show you a report, it will be a summation of every amount that is entered in for that category. This main category list, you can actually come in here and edit it. This is an expense, so I could change whatever I need. From here, I will close that out because that pretty much covers that. But also, if I'm here and I want to edit, I can edit this or go to new entry, and you'll see that you have the ability here to add a new category or actually edit the cleaning supplies there. So whether you are working in the register and want to add a new category or make a change to a category, or you want to do it from outside of the registers, here's for the button for a new entry, you can do it either location. Now, the last thing to cover here is the reconciliation before we get to reporting. To reconcile, and I'll just show you what's going on here, but the first screen that you get is going to ask you for some the ending balance and a statement ending date. Now, for those of you that are familiar with reconciliation, no problem. This is something that seems to put stress on a lot of people, but simply what you're doing here is that when you get your bank statement, the starting or beginning or opening balance on the statement should reflect this amount. Now, on the first statement, it may show a dollar amount. Let's say the account, we started with $1,000. The way we do it here is this is zero because the deposit of $1,000 that was made to open up the account will show up in this next screen, and I'll go through that. But Other than that, all your subsequent statements, the opening balance should be exactly this amount that you have in the opening balance of the register. Then the ending balance will be given to you on the bank statement. You would put that value here. Finally, you want to make sure on the bank statement the ending date and put that date here. Okay, so we're just going to proceed on with the reconciliation to show you the next form. This form, as you can see on the left-hand side, has the payments. The right-hand side has the deposits. This is basically, it goes through and it shows all of the payments that are on the register and all the deposits that have not been cleared in prior bank statements. So you'll go through the list and simply check off the ones that show up on the bank statement. And if you need to add a new entry or new transfer, or you need to edit this one or delete it, let's say you find a duplicate, you can handle all that right from the reconciliation screen. What's going to end up happening is when you have everything checked off, you should see, again, this will be the statement ending balance, and on the difference, you should have 0. If you have 0, you have reconciled, and it's fine to hit finished. The finish later just gives you the option to mark the ones that you have checked, and it saves all that, and then when you come back to it, when you go to reconcile, it will load it based on what you saved at the time, and then you can continue on reconciling, and then once you're done, just click finished. We're going to cancel out of this. All right, so the last thing that I'm going to show you is this quick account summary. And this again is just a printing feature. You have the option to print for the current month, last month, current year, last year. So this report will, once you just click it once, and it will provide for every account that you have. And this will be for your business meeting. You can use this to read off the categories. Here we're going to print off for the current year. And as it's building the account, this will show, like I said, every account, the incomes, and the expenses. This is generated into a PDF, so we can reduce the size here. But what we have is the church name, the income, and it shows all of the items, the expenses, and then we can go to the next account, and this is for petty cash, and finally the last account for general checking. So that's it for the fund accounting. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Simply click the tech support, give us your name and email and phone if preferred, and the issue, the question, and submit it to us, and we will get back to you as quick as possible. Thank you so much for using CFS Live, and God bless.